Listen, there's no way that it's October already. Whoever is in control of the dates needs to relax. Good morning. It feels like it was just the middle of August. The I-beams were going up. I was in the middle of working on my Lexus, and it's now October. Oh boy, you guys are gonna be stoked with the next giveaway. Guys, this is crazy. This is gonna be the first major anything in the shack. I'm excited today. I really am just excited. All right, so first things first with this Evo, I gotta take the motor out. The motor has to come out, and because of everything being open, and I mean, who knows how long this has been sitting open like this, I probably, most likely, just need to rebuild the entire motor. Tearing off the oil pan and just checking crank is like the absolute bare minimum I need to do. Supposedly it has ARP head studs. We're gonna see, we're gonna find out a lot of stuff today. Basically, depending on how the motor is, if I've gotta rebuild it, I would like to think that we're gonna build it for 6, 7, if I gotta rebuild it. I'll probably gotta rebuild it. If I'm gonna go through all the trouble of building or doing any of that, a refresh seems kind of stupid, but with higher power comes a lot of other stuff too. But I don't have axles, which is something you have to upgrade for higher power anyways. I already have a really nice clutch. I will need to get a 5-speed instead of the 6-speed. 6 speeds do not hold power at all, and so I'd have to go with like a built 5-speed, which is fine, because longer gears equals longer sends. And then once the motor's out, I'm gonna, I guess, eyeball it and look and see if anything is actually bent. It's hard to tell because the freaking bumper is so bunky and like the motor's sideways. It might actually be okay, but it's just hard to tell. I can pretty much guarantee there's probably no fluids in this motor, but I'm gonna make sure there's no fluids in the motor before I get it out, and I can probably start just taking all this crap out, all these. There's like oil in there. Oh, those are gloves. Those aren't, I thought that was paper. That's awesome. So I might have some gloves just sitting there somewhere on the top of the piston. How much you want to bet there's not a single drop of liquid in here? If anything, a spider's coming out. Oh my God. It actually had oil, and it's probably hella mixed with water. I'm a little bit impressed. What? I'm convinced this motor has never been out. They might have done head studs while I was in the car, but never has been out. Ooh. So interesting fact, there's supposed to be a bracket right around here that allows me to pull the motor out, but it's been taken out since the stock manifold has been taken off. It's like right behind the stock manifold. So I got a place right here to go ahead and grab it. So I might have to just like tie into maybe, I still gotta get all this out. I mean, dude, I don't even have the harness. It's just missing a lot of stuff. I mean, oh, look at that. Perrin fuel rail with some injectors. Fuel. Oh, there actually is, wow. That's a bunch of fuel. What kind of fuel's in there? I'm actually curious. Huh, old. 90 something octane. This is really surprising. Hold on. It's gonna make a mess, but look at this, guys. There's actually a little bit of coolant in the, okay. Now that I have the car up a little bit, the core support is actually a little bit bent. She just needs a little bit of help. So I got the radiator out. It was, I'm kind of glad I did that and drained everything. It was actually green and orange coolant, which I've never seen the long-term effects of mixing the two. I've heard it's catastrophic, but I've never seen it actually happen.
I know not to do that.
There was some oil in there too, so I'm glad I drained it, but I definitely gotta get it out. It's a nice, I mean, it's honestly not a bad Mishimoto radiator, so we might just keep that. A lot of stuff's out of the way in the front. I'll probably just keep the exhaust on, that sort of deal. I might have to take this off. I'm getting close, getting all this kind of stuff off, all the hoses off. Yes, sir. Nice. Get this crap off of here. Get this out of here. We don't need you. What are you? Who are you? Oh, crap. That's fuel. Get this ground out of here. What are you doing here? Don't want you here. What is this? What is this? Oh, what is that? Oh, I don't know. I don't like that. Perfect. Now that I got the power steering res off, for one, I don't spill a bunch of crap everywhere, but I can actually use this bracket as the other side of this, so it'll come out cleanly. Okay, under the car, we gotta make sure that this oil cooler, I actually think it's pretty sick that they have a factory oil cooler. Not many cars do that anymore. Aside from this, maybe alternator, yeah, get that alternator plug off. I'm sure there's probably a Black Widow somewhere in there. I can't wait to encounter that. Oh, my gloves are so nasty right now, but I finally got this thing off. I'm gonna let this thing bleed out a little bit and see. Oh wait, no, wrong way. Dude, this oil is pitch black. Whoa. Yes, sir. Uh-oh. Rip, that was not exactly how I planned that to go. Whoopsies. Damn, that really just went everywhere. I don't even know what this is, bro. Okay, it's a stabilizer.
It's just like the same type, bro.
Swear to God, that's 17 millimeter right there. Yes, sir. Hey, there it is. It's a 4G63. Let's go. Get out of here. I got some wood blocks to set her down a little bit, take some tension off of this. So, in order to put it on an engine stand, it's actually perfect right now. It's balanced by itself. I'm gonna have to take the tilting off, which I'm gonna have to do no matter what, because I wanna check the discs. Might have to actually get the clutch rebuilt or something. I wanna see the flywheel too. Like, I wanna see everything. Might as well just take it all off. Listen, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I'm really impressed with myself with this. A year ago, I think I tried to take a motor out by myself for the first time. And like now it's just, I mean, I think 4Gs might be just easy, but that was super simple. And I'm gonna be honest with you too, I was kind of expecting the motor to be kind of like hanging on by a thread and come out way quicker and easier than it did. The motor has never come out before. Everything was still connected. There's two things that helped do it that quickly. No exhaust manifold in the way, which honestly wouldn't have been that big of a deal. It's just disconnecting the exhaust. And two, the transmission was off. The transmission being the main thing because it connects to the transfer case and to the motor, and so that probably saved me an hour or so, but I'm gonna be honest, like, I'm still pretty impressed that we did it as quickly as we did. This is so sick, and now like, I'm excited to dive into my first 4G63. I'm excited to dive into this, definitely refresh it, make it look nicer. I mean, this could use like a sandblast or something. But this car is gonna have to go to a frame alignment shop, and I'm probably gonna get the whole thing repainted too, so it's gonna be away for just a little bit. So this car will get straightened up and all that kind of stuff, and I'll probably end up taking all the other junk out so it can roll a little bit easier, but I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty nice, dude. I'm just kind of sitting here admiring, but yeah, especially since like, I mean, this, not much can get through that, but like, you never know what kind of water could have gone through that over the years. And so first things first, we'll get it on an engine stand, but we're gonna have to tip it over, take the oil pan off, and I'm diving into this head first, because I got the space and I got the curiosity. Like, I'm freaking Curious George of the car world. I don't know a damn thing about any of this stuff, and that's what makes it fun. I didn't know how to take a motor out a year ago, but I did it. To be fair, this is way easier. This and like the Honda world stuff is way easier than, let's say, a Subaru or a Nissan V6. Alexa, pause. Oh, it's got a lot of little micro heat cracks. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that I don't even need to waste my time getting anything resurfaced. I should just get a lightweight flywheel and just call it a day. Now this is freaking disgusting. Let's go 110 millimeter. Are you kidding me? 110 millimeter? This thing is rusty. Nasty. This thing's nasty. Now, I need to go to the hardware store and buy some hardware to mount this sucker up to the engine stand. In order to get it on the engine stand, I need bolts long enough to go through this, which is about 4 inches, and then also still thread into this for about, I'd say, hopefully at least an inch. And then also, I'm gonna use a nut. You have to use a nut and bolt for this bottom part since there's no thread in it. So I'm gonna have to get some washers and some bolts that are at least 6 inches long. It's kind of sketch because like the 2JZ, the transmission bolts are way big, but this is like an M10 at most. I don't know what this is, but need these, 6 inches, some spacers, washers, and then she can get on an engine stand. But anyways, look at this. So this is the twin disc. You can see like where it's pressed in, there's tons of cracks. This clutch is not in awesome condition. It looks like it could have been lightly used. I mean, I don't know, I can't really tell how used it was, but obviously like I can't use this when that was pressed, like it's all cracked and it's not good. So I'm gonna have to contact Tilt and see if I can just either have this rebuilt, because I mean this clutch is really expensive. These very expensive clutches, and they're actually really, really nice clutches as well. So we'll have to see, but obviously you can tell it's very old. Is that brisket? Nice. Fat Daddy finna smoke. So this is what it feels like to be an engine. It's not too bad.
What kind of engine are you though?
If I had to choose one engine to be, I would probably be a 2JZ because my heart is strong. I am oily nasty. I'm honestly really surprised. For one, my expectations today were like, motor just comes out. Not what I expected. The fact that everything was still connected, the entire harness was intact, like decent oil was in the motor still and full of coolant. Granted, it was mixed and maybe it was either rust or oil had gotten into it or something like that. I mean, I'm really excited for this 4G. I don't know anything really about them, and I know that obviously like this 4G and that 4G are just a little bit different. I'm so excited to dive into this 4G and get this Evo going, because like the more and more I look at this car, more and more I touch this car, feel this car. Sounds weird, but it makes me so much more excited, because I've always wanted this platform of Evo, and every single day I just get more excited. I'm like, dude, this is just gonna be such a sick car. It's gonna be such a perfect, promising car. I hope so, because if it's not, I'm gonna poop my pants. I'm gonna end this video with some daily advice so I can go ahead and get inside. I got some stuff to do. Beginning of October, bro, we got tons to do. You know, this is not, what I don't want you to think is I'm getting political here, because if there's anybody who just hates politics and thinks it's the biggest waste of time of life, it's me. But this does have to do with my daily advice. Don't get so busy thinking about left and right that you forget to think about forwards and backwards. It's super important to remember what has happened and what can happen if you don't act and you don't do the right thing. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, #vote and that sort of deal. I'm not, I know a lot of Americans are gonna be like, right now, get politics. Just make sure you're always thinking. Don't be so caught up in looking at left and right that you forget to pay attention to forwards and backwards. That tasted really, really weird coming out. I hate politics so much, but I think it's important, and there's a way to touch on stuff like that without actually getting in the nitty-gritty, the part that literally sucks. And so I just want you guys to be thinking about you, your family, your future when it comes to all this kind of stuff, and that's it. Blech. Hate it, but just be smart. Be smart, be forward thinking, be backward thinking. See what's happened in the past. Look forward to what you might be able to do in the future. There we go. Cannot wait to tear apart this 4G. And I also want to say thank you to everybody out there that's been lending a helping hand and giving a lot of advice for the Evo stuff. Obviously, it sounds weird, but with so many cars, it's hard to know every single thing about every single one of them. You guys out there that are specialists in these cars, it's been so amazing. I just want to thank you guys. I'll catch you guys around. Y'all have an amazing day. Peace. Shoot, I didn't mean to do that. That was rude. Hey, by the way, oh, I gotta burp again. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Watch those two videos. And, oh, I like this floor. Make sure you subscribe. God, I'm so bad at this.